Hello, and welcome to Fundy Fortunes. I'm Natalie, and I am an empath and intuitive card reader. And this evening I'm going to be doing a general reading for all 12 signs of the Zodiac for tomorrow. It's just a daily focus reading for tomorrow, June the 9th, 2016. I'd like to just clip real quick here. I want to say thank you for all your comments recently. Um, they really mean an awful lot. There's some deep stuff going on out there, and I'm not surprised by that. And please feel free to always leave comments. I'll always respond in kind. And if I want to thank you for any of the likes and the shares, and I'd like to thank you for those of you that have subscribed to the channel as well. And if you're new to the channel, please feel free. Just click the subscribe button down below. And the next time or any time that I post a video, you will receive an email notification that I have done so. Down below is all my information as well. It takes you, my website is there, the address for it. My email is down below as well. So please feel free to visit the website if you'd like. And now I'd like to get on with the reading and see what we have here tonight. I've already cleansed my cards and asked spirit guides and all the masters of the universe to please come in and any messages that he has for any of our 12 signs of the Zodiac for tomorrow, June 9th, 2016. And the first card that I turned for you, and I 3 cards, and then the 4th card is capitalized at the end. The first card we have is the card of strength from the Oceanic deck, by the way. And strength stands for stability. Okay, so here's your card, your very first card for tomorrow, and it is stability. And isn't he a magnificent looking fellow? He represents patience in the face of conflict, standing your ground rather than being overwhelmed. What opposes you is lower than you are. Your confidence can be shaken a bit by somebody else that is projecting their emotions onto you. Have some compassion for anybody you get tangled in with tomorrow, but stand your ground as well. Don't become overwhelmed by what they're projecting onto you. Just make sure that you stand your ground. Another meaning for this card is the return of literal strength, a return to vitality. The advice of the card is to stand firm and take hold of the ground that you are standing on, and don't be swayed or pushed either way off of that spot. Courage, risk, and vitality are also keywords for this card as well. This is just for the beginning for tomorrow, alright? I'll come back to that in a moment. The next card that I pulled for you is the Queen of Wands. And she represents one of my favorite words in life because it means so many different things to so many different people in so many different ways, and that is passion. She represents passion, and she's beautiful, of course. Beautiful mermaid. The Queen of Wands. Passion. The Queen is passionate. This is also the U card. She can be talkative and dynamic. She can lead by example. She has a way, when she shows up, she's here to aid you to fulfill your potential. She always speaks from the heart. She's commanding and is vital. And she finds those that are closed off from their emotions very frustrating to deal with. And as the U card, the Queen says it is time to honor your talents. The advice of this card is to follow your intuition, to make the best decisions in relationships, work, and projects. Keywords are leadership, creativity, intuition, strength, relationships, and integrity. The third card that I pulled for you, the Mighty Magician. He represents manifestation. There's another favorite word, manifestation. And And if you look on the table in front of him, everything he has on the table represents all the suits. You notice there's the cup, there's the wand, there's the sword, and then there's the pentacle. And he opens his hand and he asks, what is it that you want? What is it that you want? So we'll go back to, and we're going to put these together, the stability. Okay, for some of you tomorrow, now this is a general reading. Remember that. This may not resonate with some of you that are watching, and it may with others as well. It may resonate with them. And this is conflict. For some of you tomorrow, you're going to be facing some kind of conflict. Somebody is going to try to be overbearing and try to overwhelm you. Okay, they're going to approach you, they're going to eyeball you down, and they're going to make a beeline right for you over some issue. Stand your ground. Do so with integrity. They can be intimidating. This person is intimidating. This person could be overbearing. When this person wants something, they go after it, and their reputation is that they don't stop until the last straw has been pulled. That's the type of person they are. This alone is going to intimidate you to a point, but you need to be firm and stand your ground. Any decisions, any beliefs, any thoughts, anything you say, you must have the integrity to back it up with. She helps to stand for integrity. And that's the U card. So you may find yourself in a verbal standoff with somebody tomorrow, a power struggle of sorts, we might say. And because of this, stability, because of this first card, you're going to find out what you're really made of. You're going to find out that you're a lot stronger than what you thought you were. This person is a force to be reckoned with. And for some of you tomorrow, you're just easygoing blow Joe. I mean, you're just, sappy Susie. Just a regular person. And all of a sudden, you're thrown into a position to take this force that is to be reckoned with. And for some reason, they're seeing you as some kind of contender, of somebody standing in their way, of maybe somebody that's, here's the bigger picture. I'm being nudged to say, they're this great big blowhard. Oh, and they've got this reputation of, I suffer no fools, and when I want something, I go for it. And here you are, quiet, little, demure, non-imposing, non-overbearing, a non-intrusive, easy type, quiet type person. And for some reason, for some of you tomorrow, I said you were going to find out that you're stronger than what you thought, and this is why. Because this person coming at some of you tomorrow, this boisterous, overbearing, strong-willed, frightening, intimidating person is feeling threatened by you. You're just a regular person. You don't throw your weight around. Matter of fact, you see somebody like that coming in, you cross the street. You will go out of your way to avoid. And that's almost comical. And you're going to feel the same way. You're going to be going, me? Why? Why would anybody feel that way about me, like I'm some kind of a threat? The reason is because at the end of the day, in the bigger picture, your knowledge. You may be quiet and you may be unassuming and a really likable type of person. You may be the type that maybe doesn't always get noticed at the office. You kind of keep a low profile in life in general. So, but across the road, across the room, across the office, across wherever you are, you're going to be noticed because somebody else has dropped some kind of information about you to somebody, to this person. They got back to them. There's something that they want, and it's in your back pocket, and they want it. I don't know what this is. I have no idea. Um, if I'm meant to know, then you're meant to know. And right now, I'm not quite sure. This person wants to make a change of some kind within the community, maybe within the business, your business, the business you work for. They have some big changes in competition coming up, and they see you as a threat. Okay, you as a threat, but you need, because this person is so darned intimidating, and there are people, my goodness, that are that way out there, that we just say, I don't ever want to have to tangle with them because of the reputation they have, and they just look darn scary to me. And here you find, you didn't even look for this, you didn't try, but this person's found you. They have to go through you, handle you, and deal with you to get what they need to get what they want. They need you. And they're so used, here's the funny part, this is what I'm being, yes, they're so used to being boisterous and overbearing, they don't know how to just come out and do it the easy way and ask. They throw their weight around, excuse me. um, and you're overwhelmed. And you almost see um, the comedic side of this. And you're not a boastful person or a braggart. Excuse me. Some people would let this go to their heads. You're not like that. You small group of people out there for tomorrow, 12 signs of the Zodiac. You're not all like that. You're not overbearing. You don't have big egos. You're not inflated in any way. That's the funny part is this person is. And excuse me, I'm sorry. Keep the water handy. I think I'm allergic to the slap cough. Every time I get on here, I cough. That doesn't happen when I'm not on camera. Um, you're going to quietly realize in the back of your mind that, hey, yeah, this person just reminded me I do have the power, and I have the final say so. But you're the type of person you're going to say, I'm not making decisions based on what this person is doing or what they want or what they're throwing at my feet or in my face, figuratively. It almost seems like, okay, okay, the big thing about this card is strength, inner strength. And that's what you're going to learn tomorrow because of this person. You know what? For some of you, a small percentage, this could be your neighborhood bully, your bully at work, your bully at, they're just around. Oh, and you know what? This bully thinks they can intimidate you and it isn't going to happen. Not for a minute. You have so much integrity. For those of you that are going to have to deal with this, a lot of integrity, and you're going to stand your ground. Deep down inside, you're going to be scared. But guess what scared makes you when you don't move and you stand your ground? It makes you very brave and courageous. And that's how you're going to come out tomorrow by the end of the day feeling very, very strong. You're going to blow yourself away in a very good way. You're going to win on this one. This person's never going to scare you again. As a matter of fact, this bully's going to have enough of the cloud lifted off his own self-blown ego. And he's going to get a little peek, and he's going to go boink, 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 take a step back and look at you. No more problems with this person. This person is going to find this newfound respect for you. at the end of the day. So they pull the weight off. They keep throwing their weight around, but in this case, they're pulling the weight off. They're picking it up and removing it. So that's a good thing. That's for some of you tomorrow, all 12 signs of the Zodiac. Now, the next card we have is the Queen of Wands, and she represents one of my favorite words in the meaning, and that's passion. Because I believe we should all live with passion. Our emotions should be passionate. Our love, our anger, our madness, our craziness, our um, just joie de vivre for life should be passionate. We weren't meant to be mundane, boring people. We were meant to be passionate. And this is what she's all about. Queen is passionate. She's talkative. She's full of life. When she's around, you know she's there. You know she's in the vicinity. This is also the U card. And for you, you speak from the heart, is what she represents and what she's saying. Commanding, full of vitality. And people like her have a hard time and become extremely frustrated with people that don't deal with their emotions. People, excuse me, I'm sorry. It's so annoying. I know I get mad when I see other people online coughing and going on. I usually shut them down. I wouldn't blame you if you did to me either. The thing is, with her, with you, it's time for you to honor your talents. When this card shows up, there are things you're really creative. You're very talented. You're 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 not boisterous, but you're alive and you celebrate life. But now it's time to get a little serious and start honoring any God-given talents that you were given. It's time to open them up completely, wide open. Not just going in and taking out a little here and a little there and playing around. You have God-given talents. There's some things you're very, very good at. And you've been sitting on them. You've not been utilizing them. You've not been appreciating them. Now's the time. And do so with passion. Don't do anything half-hearted tomorrow. Anything you do tomorrow, make sure that there's passion, emotion, feeling, excitement, wonder, awe, all those wonderful feelings, the things that grab our attention real quick and we stop and wow, that kind of thing. You know, if painting and art is your thing, get into it tomorrow. And when you stand back and look at what you've created, you'll blow your own mind. You need to create and pull out. We all need a reason for passion. We all should feel passion. To feel mundane and bored and nothing is in everybody and no, that's not how we're supposed to live. As they say, you know, it's easy to say it. Live every day as if it's your last. How many of us actually have the energy to do that? I know if this was my last day, I wouldn't have spent it, hanging around the yard, you know, farting around with stuff, just a normal, everyday, whatever. I wouldn't have done that today if it had been my last day. I don't have the energy to live every day like it's my last day. What I do try to do, though, is have a lot of gratitude and to feel that with passion. You'd be amazed and probably almost frightened to know that if everything you felt was with 150% passion, I have June bugs at my window. Sorry, I hate them. But if you did everything with 150% passion, 0% boredom, 0% have to, but do it because you want to, because it's something that you love, you'd be really surprised, and I think some of you darn right frightened at the inner power that you have and how darn good you can be. Once you put your mind to it, a lot of self-discovery going on there. You may find people following in your footsteps and feeling more drawn to you. Let's say, for example, you did make something beautiful, a beautiful sculpture. You painted a gorgeous picture. People fall in love with that, and then they want to be near you. They want to be next to you. They want to know where that magic that you bring out and you put, let's say, into a hard copy, into hard form, something tangible that came out of you, and there it is, and people are in awe of you, and they want to be like you, and they want to know, where did that come from? I want to know the person that came from. That's really important. It's called passion. And when others recognize that you glow, and people see that, allow yourself to go there tomorrow. That's what you need to do. You'll find yourself almost feeling like a leader of sorts. And you have every right to be very proud. Everything you do tomorrow, remember the word, and it came up here. So there's two, integrity. That's your word for tomorrow. 12 signs of the Zodiac. If you find yourself in a situation maybe where integrity is being questioned, don't let yours come into question. Integrity tomorrow. All 12 signs of the Zodiac. You should live by this every day anyway. Emphasize it for tomorrow. Stand behind your integrity and what you believe in. And then the last card that we had, of course, was the Magician. He's the commander of the deep. I think he's fantastic. I think he's wonderful. And he asks you, what can you make happen? He looks you dead in the eye and asks you, what can you make happen? But again, we come back to creativity, wanting to make things, anything, as long as it's with passion. If you have passion, nothing fuels creativity, the want to, the urges inside that we have, things we have to have, things we need to see, things we want to hold, people we want to hold. Passion. It's a miracle. It's the key to miracles. It's passion. If you burn with a passion, it's the same thing here. What can you make happen? Is the big question. Without losing your integrity as well. That comes into play. Conditions are perfect now. Now is the time to take action. What did I tell you? Because this is what tomorrow's going to be about on the 9th of June. Anything from business enterprise to relationships, you're in a very creative flow of life, full of energy and purpose. And when this card appears, communication speeds up. Support comes very easily to you. The advice of the card is the time is now. Take action, and you will find success. That's what the first two cards are saying. Well, the second one is anyway. Okay. This middle card for tomorrow fits in with both ends, the beginning and the end of the day. The key words, new enterprises, communications, energy, money, travel, support. So anything you put your mind to tomorrow, bingo, there we go. Now, the last card I drew, the Catalyst card, there's another word for it and I still can't remember what it is. It starts with an S. If you know what it is, message me, leave a comment. Anyway, the card that I drew was from my other deck, my newer deck. This is a beautiful card. Just the artwork is so, so pretty. The star. I wish you could pick. I wish the camera could pick the colors up on this card. What she stands for. The star. And here she is. All the colors are much more vibrant than they're coming off on the camera. Very deep, deep colors. Deep sky blue. Late at night, you know, that kind of blue, midnight blue. The water's very blue. The grass is very green. And she's, strangely enough, she's absentmindedly pouring water from her water vessel with her right hand back into the pond, and with her left hand she waters the rose bush. The stars are above her. She only takes what she needs, and she puts back the rest. And I'll read you what it means, right straight from the book. The star means hope, love, rebirth, pleasure, satisfaction, purpose, and guidance. I would have to say that anywhere you go for help tomorrow, for anything, some of you will need to, it's very clear by the cards, do want to start something creative or start a new project, you'll need to go to somebody, ask for their support in one form or another. You will need support to get this off the ground. Maybe for some of you, just emotional support. Wherever you go, whoever you are, all 12 signs in the Zodiac, if you need to go to somebody tomorrow, you need to ask for guidance or help. If you need to do anything like that, the support will be there for you. So don't, even if you're a little shy and held back, don't be surprised by that. Don't be held back by that. You only live once in this world. We only go around once, and you were given God-given talents, and it's time to honor them, as the card said. You have to honor them, and sometimes you can't do that alone. Sometimes, you know what? You may have nothing to work with but the passion. You've got the passion. That's where it all starts. Don't worry about all the other stuff. If you've got the want to and the passion and it's burning inside of you, and you say, oh, I could taste this. I want it so bad. You're going to have it. Absolutely, because now's the time to do it. The cards have said so. They have spoken. Now is the perfect time. And what can you do? Only you can answer that. What was it he said? If I can get my spectacles back on. What can you make happen? Ask yourself that tomorrow. You know what? You're bored with life? Start a new day tomorrow and get up and say, what can I make happen today? Start small if you have to, if you have no belief. And when something small turns out just the way you intended it to, you watch that fire start inside of you, that's called passion. And say, well, now that I'm thinking about it, there is something I've wanted to do. For the rest of you, don't back down from the boy. Okay? It turns out they're more afraid of you than you are of them. Because you have knowledge. Knowledge is power. Don't back down, you stand your ground. It won't be that tough. It won't be that hard. It's like a lion roaring and tearing and making a beeline for you, but he gets the brakes before he hits you. And he kind of puts his tail between his legs because you stood your ground and he wasn't expecting you to do that. So that's it for today, for tomorrow, June the 9th. My beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Zodiac friends. We may have come in different ships, but we're all in the same boat now, aren't we? And my gratitude goes out to you that those of you that like to tune into the channel. For those of you who are new, please join us. I got a feeling we're going to be a good family here someday on this channel, Fundy Fortunes. And for those of you that don't know, and you want to know more about where I live, ask me. Leave it in the comments or shoot me off an email. Go to my site, www.leafundyfortunes.blogspot.ca, or, like I say, I live in a very interesting place and I am influenced by what's going on right through that window. When we get 2 tides a day, and they're the highest tides in the world. So that's why we have the Oceanic Tarot here, because it's special. And now that summer's coming, depending on the weather, depending on how I feel, and depending on how bad the bugs get, because you know what, we all look forward to romantic summer nights and all that stuff. And beautiful days next to the water, on the beach, on the ocean, on the bay. There will be days maybe I may be able to do some readings from the beach, which is a hop, skip, and a jump for me down there. Turns out I can get a Wi-Fi signal from my own internet down there. So we'll see. It's just something to keep things interesting, so you never really know, like, what you're going to tune into. Anyway, I got to cut this short. 29 minutes. Who wants to listen to me yammer for that long? None of you do. Anyway, I wish you all the best. Please subscribe and share and like and leave comments. because I'm open for it and I love to hear from all of you. I appreciate you being here so, so much. Every time I see the counter go up, my heart sings and made me think I'm doing something right. For those special people, you know who you are, that have already contacted and left comments. I'm glad that you feel comfortable here. Come back anytime, because I'm always waiting, and I have you guys in my mind too. I'm not a shallow person. Those of you that opened up and talked to me a little bit about what's going on and how you related to the cards and the reading, yeah, you're playing on my mind a little bit. Kind of got me in here. Please come back again. I hope to see you all very soon, and have a wonderful day tomorrow, all of you. 12 signs of the Zodiac. Good night.